Hi, I'm Stephanie Reed at Springfield Armory during SHOT Show's Media Day at the range, and we are busting myths with Rob Leatham. I have Dustin here, who is a writer for Texas Fish and Game magazine and also a winner of Top Shot, and he has a question for Rob.
Yeah, my question was about the mystery of the push-pull grip that I hear all the time. So I'm gonna get his expert opinion about that.
All right, sounds good. I think he can do that. Let's go ask him.
So Rob, I hear all the time from students it's about some push-pull grip. You know, I haven't heard that from big instructors. It just, where does this whole myth of push-pull grip come from?
Well, it started from the believers that everything about a good grip and a good stance comes from the push-pull. Now, I don't like categories, so I'm not going to really point to anybody in specific, but those people that love a traditional like Weaver stance,
okay,
they believe that everything about the foundation of it is the pushing and pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the truth is Jack Weaver shot K-38s with 38 special wad cutter ammo that didn't kick very much. So he didn't have to really control a lot of recoil.
Yeah.
His arm position being bent didn't matter because the gun kicked so light that didn't really cause a lot of this happening, right? As we started shooting heavier kicking guns, we were trying to shoot faster and faster. The first thing that happens is, well, that gets altered. And then Chapman comes in and does the Chapman version of a Weaver technique. Then somewhere along the lines, we start questioning everything. We realize, well, we do something completely different.
Yeah.
So we'll do a gripping where we focus more on pinching.
Yes.
But the truth of the matter is, depending on the skill level of the student, you're doing all of that.
Okay.
Because if you really think about it, to keep your hands together, when the gun's kicking, this is what's happening.
Sure.
This hand has to follow it.
Okay.
Because this hand really can't do a lot to resist this movement.
Gotcha.
So there's a push happening here, and there's a little bit of pull happening here.
Makes sense.
But not that much. So my gripping in specific, Dustin, when I do it, is this is how I build a grip. I start with a one-handed grip, and I shoot a shot.
All right.
Okay, so the gun doesn't move back because I don't have this other hand confusing things, so I keep a better arm position. Keep that arm position the same. Put your other hand in, and just by nature, when I feel it, I have a subtle pull occurring. Even though an average guy would look at me and he'd say, well, you're doing an isosceles stance. But I'm actually pulling while I'm in an isosceles stance.
Okay.
So while it's not a traditional Weaver like this, and it's not a traditional isosceles like this, it's somewhere in between. Because if you look at the top, if I bring my body position, my arms are not like this, my arms are like this, right? So I not only am pinching in, I'm pulling back.
Okay.
So very few people try to analyze that. Now I'm gonna load this thing up for you because I want you to shoot. Now I know you're a good shot, so you're not at the position where I would be teaching you this from the ground level, but this is how I teach somebody to do it. So go ahead and aim.
All right, and what, you wanna do one hand?
Yeah, both hands. So go both hands.
Go ahead in.
The amount of pull I get is probably this.
All right.
So how do you explain that to somebody in percentages or pounds or push?
Yeah, that's tough.
It's not very much. So I always try to do it by feel.
Okay.
So I'll take somebody, open your hand up so it's wide open.
Got it.
Okay, put it against and shoot a couple shots without, I can't close your fingers. Here's the hard part.
So just like open.
Yeah, and try to shoot the shot. Go ahead. So the gun wants to stay forward because you know this hand isn't helping, so this is doing all the work.
Okay.
So as soon as you close your fingers, you'll automatically create a slight amount of this. It's not bend your arms and pull. It's this. So when you shoot with this, by keeping this arm straight and rigid and push here, you can't separate your hands. Go ahead and shoot. So at that point, what you're trying to create is two things. A slight amount of pull here, and you're causing a pinch here.
Yeah.
So as long as you create the pinch here, your hands stay together.
Okay.
As long as you create the pull here, your hand can't move forward off it.
Gotcha.
So my problem with the tradition is how it's taught, is it's either this or this. In reality, it's a little bit of everything.
Sounds good.
Let it rip.
And it's fun to shoot. Nice.
I'm glad they didn't make me shoot after that piece because that was way better than what I would have done. Dustin Ellermann, everybody. Dustin Ellermann.
Thank you.
Good shooting, brother.
Thanks.
Thank you.